Hello. In this video, I want to talk to you about motivation. So listen up. Every so often, there's a domain of comments, there's a domain of questions that I get, either whether I'm teaching a workshop or facilitating a workshop, or people ask me on YouTube, or they'll bring this up. And because we promote or one of the considerations we have here is about you being complete as a person. You know that like inner turmoil stuff that you're suffering and you don't feel right about how you are and where life is going and all that stuff, right? Stemming from somehow you're not right the way you are, you're not complete. And then we say, well, get complete. You know, teach people how to do that and facilitate them in that effort. And then we inevitably get something like this. The domain is in the yeah buts, it's in the bullshit domain, it's in the excuse domain. It's like whining. It's like, oh, if I get complete, what would motivate me to do anything? If I get complete, what would motivate me to do anything? So, and then we get this question often, so I wanted to address it. I thought I could be of some service. Yeah? First thing. The quick version. Stop that. It's stupid. Yeah, but if I got complete, what would motivate me to do anything? I understand the question, but I think as I understand the English of the question, but as I go more and more, I think maybe I'm a bit more removed from that question, or like that question barely registers on my radar as something even worth asking, even though I get, when people ask that question, it's like they're concerned. It's like, what would motivate me to do anything? And then I would my first counter for that is, what would motivate you to not do anything? Yeah, but then I wouldn't do anything. No, you're going to do something. So stop with this. What would motivate me, and why do you care? It's like, what is the world that you're looking at that you're like, you think you need motivation to do stuff? It's like, yes, but then I need motivation, then I can act. It's like, I don't know what that is, but it's like, no. You don't need motivation to take action, or the action and the motivation are together. You see, like, well, if I get complete, because, right. There's probably an assumption there that because you're incomplete, like you have this feeling to do stuff, you're driven to do stuff, and that's what makes you do it. So you assume that it's the drive that makes you do the thing. And then if you get rid of the drive where you're driven, like you need to do it, then you wouldn't do anything because you wouldn't feel driven. So I think what's missing, the missing link here is, let me try to back up here and reveal two worlds. And for those of you that are listening that have this concern, this will likely be new, a brand new idea. Yeah, probably will. Even though we're going to use English, the idea, what I'm trying to get across, is likely to show up as a new thing in your experience. So bear with me. All right, here's the first world. It's the world of what we call ideals, the shoulds and shouldn'ts, which is to say, and then based on stuff that I am unresolved, ergo I should be like this, that will fix me. Life should be like this, and then finally all will be right. Others should be like this, and then I'll feel right about everything or something. My relationships should go a certain way to finally fix all my problems. You notice any of that stuff in your experience? And in that world, you taking action is completely dominated by something as if external to you, which is like a drive, something that you're driven to do and you can't help it. You don't have any choice. Ergo, like something outside of you, I just can't help it, I'm driven. Like, people flip out and kill people. You have people walking down the streets with the gun and they do like a mass shooting kind of thing. It's like, well, why did you do that? Well, they blame what? Others for making them this way, right? Probably. I bet in most cases it's like, it's not me. They made me like this. I'm just acting it out. It's not my fault. No, you did it. So anyway, this world of ideals where you're completely driven and stuff, it's like the reason that you're acting comes from some idea of something outside of you making you do it, whether it's some ideal you have or a need you have that you can't control, you see? Ergo, something is out of my control, and being driven and pushed and pulled by all kinds of reactivity and notions and all this stuff, right? So that's the world, and that's the world I suspect most people live in. Like, they don't operate outside of that. Those of us that exercise discipline start to learn that there's this other world. But by and large, when I look out in the world, I don't see that. I see mostly blind reactivity. And so we're getting pushed and pulled around by past programming. Right? So that's one world. You're completely out of control. You have no say. You can't do anything about it. It's outside of you. It's not your fault, right? Now, there's another world that's outside of this idealized world. I should be like this, shouldn't be like this. The shoulds and shouldn'ts. There's another possibility. Ready? Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. Ready? 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 Creating a possibility. You create it. You make up something to do and do it. You make up a possibility and bring it to life. And you're not making up a possibility from ideal land, which is also a possibility. It's also something that people do. They go, oh, I could go study in Tibet or something, and then I'll finally get self-realized, and that'll fix me. I could study Chengxin, and then I will be fixed. You see, so you make a possibility that's driven by an ideal. I mean a possibility free from ideals. It's not going to fix you. It's not going to make you whole and complete. It is literally deciding to do something. And look, you're like, yeah, but what would motivate me to do that? You see, wrong. You see you're in this other world. It's not me. I'm not the author of my existence. That's what you're saying. It's like, I can't do it. Now, I can prove that wrong. Can you lift your hand? Can you decide to lift a hand? Yes, you can. And then you get the free will people. Yeah, but then I don't. But how do I know if I have free will? And then I just slap them. Here's your free will. Pa! Hello. Did you put your hand up to you don't. Anyway. You have a choice. You have a say in the matter. You can decide one thing or another. And so, let's see. I want to rip you off from that. And or just know that in this work, in the work that I do, but just listen to yourself. I don't know what else to say. Oh, I'll probably come up with some other stuff to say, but like listen to yourself. You say, hey, Brendan, why don't you go create a restaurant? It's like, well, if I was complete, what would motivate me to do it? Yeah, like it's like 404 error not found. Like what? You don't need it. You don't need anything to create something. You just need to be able to create and go, like, look, you can already do stuff. Can you pick up a hand? Yes. Can you decide to take a breath? Yes. See, you breathe. Can you make a decision to get in the car and go somewhere? Yes. It's like, do you need to be motivated to get in the car? No, you just make a decision. You want lifesavers? You get up, you get in the car, you go down the street, you get in the store, you buy them. You eat them. See, but then it would be like, yeah, but then what would motivate me to do that? It's like, I have a desire to eat lifesavers. There's your motivation. But it's like, I don't know I don't know. When people say that, like what would motivate me to do anything, to me, regarding the work that I do, this is like a superficial question. It's extremely surface. Who cares? Can you do stuff? The answer is yes. Go do it. Or don't. But then you'll be doing something else, you see. Sitting down, doing nothing. Yeah, but what would motivate me to sit down and do nothing? See, or you could, how about another world where you can decide to do something like I've been making some jokes, at least in my own mind, in the privacy of my own mind lately. You think about the quintessential spiritual guy, right? The spiritual guru type. And what are they doing? Sitting down, dispensing wisdom. Lazy bastards. What are you making? See, now, maybe they're actually just plain happy and they don't want to do anything. Then they won't do anything. But if you get complete and you want to go get a beer, you don't need motivation to get a beer. You just decide you want a beer and you go fucking get one and drink it. That's your motivation, is the doing and the drinking. Or let me take another road. Just considering things. I'm just considering things with you here because these questions, compared to, when I compare these types of questions to the work that I do, and then looking at what somebody does in their mind when they're thinking, what's the world that they're coming from that they would even ask the question, and I just want to destroy that line of questioning. Not that it's overly wrong to ask, it's just who the fuck cares, really? What's my motivation? Go talk to a therapist. Then you can spend 20 years talking to a therapist about motivation. Meanwhile, people that are doing shit are out there doing shit. They're not wondering why they're motivated. They just go do it. All right, so, it looks to me like this other way is a bit more powerful, a bit more free, a bit more like the quote I heard, I think it's from Da Vinci, where Da Vinci's something like, anybody who does anything of note, they don't let the world happen to them, they happen to the world. Yeah, but what's their motivation to happen to the world? Because they're alive and they can. Or, you want motivation? Make up some motivation. Create your motivation. Create it from nothing. So let me take another tactic. What if we look at it from the world of principles? Look at it from the world of action. Just, let's go action. Only action. No motivation. No nothing. Did the action happen? Yes, no. Did beer drinking happen? Yes, no. What was the motivation? Irrelevant. Did I write the letter? Did I do the emails? Yes, no. Did I shoot the video? Yes, I'm shooting the video. Great, good. Action happened. Yes. Nothing else. Yeah, but what's my motive? What's the action there? Asking about motivation. Did asking about motivation happen? Yes, asking happened. And what's the next action? If you want to build something, did you pick up the hammer? Did you put the nails in the board? Did you screw in the screws? Yes, no. Did you buy the supplies? Did you plan ahead? Yes, no. Yeah, but what's the... Oh, now we're asking about motivation again. That's the action. Asking about motivation and having okay, right. So you see, that's a different world, this action world. Totally very binary or something. See, did it happen, did it not? Is the action happening or not happening? And then, let me ask you, you motivation askers, what else is around and surrounding that question in your experience? Is there self-doubt, perhaps? Or a feeling of, yeah, but I can't? Or, yeah, but I shouldn't be able to do that? Or what's really happening when you're asking that question? Is it true? Are you thinking ahead to some future scenario and imagining what you would be like in the future if certain circumstances happened? Well, why don't you find out if that's actually how you would feel after the fact, because that question is coming up before you take the action. Or, you know what really bothers me about that question is when, say you're incomplete as a human being, and I have consciousness and knowledge that I could share with you that could get you complete, because being incomplete sucks as a human. You're not right. Life isn't right. Others aren't right. You're just wrong. You're broken in a deep level. You know that experiential shit in the core where you're like, you don't know if you can do it. You don't know if life is good enough. You don't know if you're good enough. You can't do it kind of thing. That shit deep in there. Yeah, you got any of that? What if I had knowledge and consciousness that you didn't have to do that anymore? And almost every fucking time we start to bring this up with people, they come up with something that goes in the domain of, yeah, but. Shut the fuck up with the buts. That is saying, yeah, but I want to keep it the way it is. Or yeah, but I can't do that. Or yeah, but nah. Hey, be free. Yeah, but shut up, dude. No. That road is coming from a mind of somebody who doesn't understand what the fuck I'm trying to communicate. Because if you really got what I'm trying to communicate, you'd be like, whoa, probably, holy shit, holy fuck, I thought there was a problem. Oops, I didn't realize there's no problem. Now I can take my complete self and have a fucking beer because I want to. And there's nothing wrong with me. Or, wow, I can simply decide to build a business. Not because I'm broken, but because I want to. And it's like, I'm going to use this word here, but don't get caught on the word, but it's pure. It's like, it's fresh. It's like, oh, I can literally just decide to do, wow, that's healthier than the shit I was doing before. I thought I had to be motivated by all this negative crap about me and life, and I felt wrong, and so in an effort to try to right myself, I had this like program running. Wow, now I can just do the damn thing without the program. Wow, that's cool, huh? But then there's like this, but then, you see, but? You see how that sort of, everything that just can't happen before it is like, fuck you. Yeah, but I want to keep it the way it is. Yeah, but I can't do it. Yeah, but. All that does is keep you the way you are. And if you're coming to do a workshop, are you trying to stay that way, especially if it sucks in there? Is that really worth your time to come up with some lame excuse about how what is being presented isn't possible for you? Because isn't that also part of the deal? The yeah buts. So again, it's like my intent here with the video. What's my intent? I want that stuff gone. Oh, right. Do you see? I keep forgetting. Because we're making a bit of a shift here, or I'm starting to consider working in some different ways. And one of the ways is realizing that when I think back to when I first started, I was very young, very stupid, or misinformed. You see, sometimes people want to spin that another way. Oh, you're not stupid, you're just misinformed. Yeah, I was fucking dumb, ignorant, I made dumb decisions, and I did a lot of dumb stuff with my mind. All right? And way back, I've told this story. It's like I was training over there. I was having a really bad day. Peter said, what's wrong? I said, I don't know. I'm just having a bad day. I was pissed off. I was depressed. And then I was acting it out. Me, tantrum, right? What's wrong? I don't know. Well, be enthusiastic. Ergo, you see your disposition that you've created and it sucks? I didn't see I created it. It was definitely the world's fault. It wasn't my fault, right? He says, be enthusiastic. First words out of my mouth. First words. What do you think? I can't. I whined at him. I was a little bitch. I can't. That's the same as, yeah, but. Yeah, but what if? Yeah, but what if that? Are you here to grasp what's being communicated, or are you here to stick to your own shit? And I was here to stick to my own shit. Now, the good news is, I was willing to take it on. I was willing to consider outside of myself, and I actually gave it a shot. I'm like, well, how do I be enthusiastic? Because I didn't know. I think this is where I think I'm trying to get back to my roots a little bit for people, for you, the listener, the one watching the video. That bullshit. I had to confront that. In fact, I could change. And how did I know? Well, I came up with first the complaints, first the bullshit, first the bitching, first the, yeah, but I can't do it. That's the first thing that happened, right? But then, try to go past that. Try to graduate from that quickly, because I'm trying to save you some time here. I wasted some time. You don't have to. Yeah, but, and then maybe you have some trust with me. Okay, good. Try it out. Try to change that shit. Don't live in this yeah, but world. Yeah, but what would motivate me? Do the damn thing and then see how you feel after. Do it first. Rather than talk this talk. That, and then what bothers me is The talk is in weakening to you. I don't want you to be weak. I don't want you to keep yourself down. Don't do that. It is very easy to do that. That is the standard for most people. Talk themselves out of doing something, think ahead and think they're so smart, like they know what they're talking about when they don't, and then conclude, not having done the thing, that it won't work or that they can't do it or whatever. You see, that's a conclusion coming from a mind that is unaffected by the consciousness or the insights that I'm trying to, hello, check them out. You see, because once your mind gets hit with this other possibility, so go ahead and allow that possibility to exist for real for yourself, not like a belief or foo-foo crap, but for real, then you'll go, wow, that question, you'll probably agree with me. That question is stupid. Why did I think I needed motivation? I can do shit. Yeah, that's what I've been trying to say. And again, why do I care? Well, apparently I care enough about people that, maybe I'm just completely selfishly motivated because when I go throughout the world, like for example, I'm fixing my car, right? Because I don't want to spend an arm and a leg to have somebody else do it for me. So I got a buddy, we're working on it. And I go down to the car shop and I tell them specifically what kind of car, what year, what make, what model, engine size, what part, what side of the car, what transmission, manual standard, you see manual transmission, right? Front passenger side part. Okay, the part will be in at 12:30. 12:30 rolls around, the part's not in. Okay, the part's going to be in at 3:30. Okay, I wait around. I impose upon my friends. They bring me home. I come back, do some work, go back, call them. The part's in. Go get the part. Go try the part. Guess what? Wrong part. Now I've already ordered 3 others on Amazon. I go back. They said, okay, oops, yeah. Even though you said front passenger side, like front right of the car, they said this one's for the front left. Yeah, there's a communication breakdown there, son. And that's the standard, right? Perhaps I'm just selfishly motivated. I am so sick and tired of dealing with people out in the world that in my mind, I'm like, you should be better at your job. There's a should for you. There's some bullshit, right? I have a different standard. Of course, I live with an old school motherfucker who's got very high standards, and so that's likely rubbed off on me. See, I've got a story about why I think the way that I do and my standpoint. And so perhaps I just want to make an impact in the world because I'm tired of the world being the way that it is, and I would love for some more functionality, and more health. Because people operating in this world, it's like, that's less powerful. You could be more powerful. Let me help. Yeah? Now, the other side of it is, I have this, let's build people up. And this is how I go about it. All right? Now, you can't build yourself up in a fake way. That's a lie. It won't work. It's not the same. It's faking it. But you can build yourself up for real, and that's what these videos are in service of, and or getting conscious, which is not, and as far as I can tell, getting conscious is not as much of a building up as it is a tearing down. In essence, like if you imagine you have all kinds of stuff, getting conscious is like getting free of the stuff, and then you can use it and not use it. So you have a choice in the matter, more choice kind of thing. But you do that by discovering what's going on, and that's a whole other deal. Right here I'm talking about empowering you, and these questions come up again and again and again and again and again and again. So what other kinds of questions do you have that are like that? If I get complete, what would I do? Yeah, but I can't do it. Anytime in your mind you're like, yeah, but, what? Hold it right there. Yeah, but did you get what I'm saying first? No. Oh. Well, yeah, but that. Huh? All right. So, or yeah, but what would motivate you to not do anything? You'd have either one. It doesn't matter. You could do it, not do it. Okay, so use the video, empower yourself. All right, if you want other opportunities, you can get weekly insights in the newsletter, join a community, check the school, and I'll put will I? Yeah, I'm going to try putting some of those endings on the videos that I put in the other videos, the Ralston videos, on this one, just to give you the invitations. Check the shit out if you want. It's in the links in the description. Come find out what it's about and take the next step if you want to get involved. And it's true, if you want to get the benefit, you have to get involved. It's the same as working out. So don't lump this in with just because you saw a video means you're doing it. Like there's a guy who does workout videos on YouTube. His name is Ryan Humiston, which, every so often I find his videos. And as far as I can tell, a bit of an oddball, but I appreciate him. He's very straight up. And he also says stuff like, yeah, you can watch the video, but watching the video is not going to do shit for you, which is true in a sense, although you'll get ideas. But now it's like the dude is jacked. How do you get jacked? You fucking work out. How many times did you rep it out? You want to learn how to fight, you got to fight. You want to get conscious, you got to spend time getting conscious. You have to spend a lot of time getting conscious. I didn't get the consciousness that I have by just sitting down and ruminating or just watching a video. I worked on it, worked my ass off on a lot of stuff. And that made a difference. So, if you want to get to working your ass off, we've got some opportunities. You can check the links in the description or do it on your own. I don't give a fuck. Just make sure you work on it. Don't think that just because you saw a video and had an idea that it's going to make a fucking difference. It'll make a difference to your mind, but it won't make a difference to your experience of reality at the base kind of thing. All right, so if you want to make a fundamental shift and empower yourself, you have to do it and you got to spend some time. I mean, unless you get it all at once, I'm open to you getting it all at once, but you have to do that. Otherwise, it doesn't happen. Okay, much love. Take care. Good luck. Oh yeah, come do a workshop. And if you ever want to talk to me about workshops, let me know. Just send me an email. Bye. Thanks for watching. If you find value in the work we're doing here and want to get involved, I have some invitations for you. Join the newsletter and get real insights and weekly facilitation. Check out the school community, the Consciousness Path, and engage with others who are doing this work and access free course material. And if you're serious and want to have major insights and breakthroughs for yourself, you're invited to join a workshop. They're more powerful than you think. Links for all this can be found in the description below. Ciao for now.